Hey, you guys. So, when I was in nursing school, I always used to get the question asked to me, what specialty did I want to be in once I finished nursing school? And I never knew what specialty that I wanted to be in, but I always knew what I didn't want to be in. And that was anything to do with kids. So no L&D for me, no peds for me, right? I didn't want to have anything to do with kids. I had 5 children on my own, and I did not want to see any sick babies, any hurt babies, or anything like that. So, last year I had the pleasure of working with one of my good girlfriends from college. She loves everything kids, labor and delivery, peds, all of that. She is actually in school now to be a midwife. Kudos to her. I'm so proud of her. But she asked me to come and work for her for 3 days. She is a manager at an abortion clinic, and she needed a nurse to fill in for 3 days. So the first day I went, I trained with her. It was really no biggie. I saw a few procedures because the doctor that was there were 2 doctors there. The doctor that was there, she only did her procedures up to a certain amount of weeks. And she used a manual suction to extract the baby. The other doctor, on the other hand, he used like an automatic suctioning, and he did the more advanced and more later pregnancies, which I think went up to maybe like 20 weeks or like 21 weeks or something like that. So we had quite a few girls come from like Atlanta to come and have the procedure done, because Atlanta only terminates pregnancies up to 6 weeks, right? So my girlfriend told me, she said, if you don't want to look, just stand at the head of the bed. So I'm going to tell you basically my role was, I came in the morning, I would count meds, I would give the techs their meds, like Cytotec, azithromycin, and some other meds. I can't remember offhand, but I would give the techs their meds because, like I said, we were having people coming in that were in like the late second trimester, and they would come and basically get the meds from me. And if someone is getting a 2-day procedure, so the later pregnancies it was a 2-day procedure, they would come in the first day and they would get the medication that basically unalives the pregnancy. And then they would come back the next day and get the procedure done. So, but that was only if you're further along. So I would give them their meds. I would give IVs to the patients. And then when I was in the operating room, I would monitor their vital signs. And I would also administer the twilight meds as well as pain medication also. So when I went in the room, it was the one young lady that was maybe like 20 weeks. And the way this procedure was done, let me tell you something. I was utterly mortified. And it was a good thing that I had a mask on and that she was in a twilight sleep, because if you could have seen my face under that mask, I was literally falling apart. So this procedure, the tech is doing a sonogram while the doctor is looking on the screen and basically taking his instruments and going inside and basically like breaking up the fetus. So I watched on a monitor, and the first thing that I saw was the biggest thing was the head. And I could see him taking a tool and just like kind of like scraping and he would do that, and then he would take some forceps and pull out pieces. When I say pull out pieces, I mean pieces, like parts. At one point in time, I saw a little torso, and I saw a leg. And as much as I didn't want to watch, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I was like, what the, you know what? It was one point in time where the tech was looking at me and she was looking at me like, stop looking. And I turned my head and I had tears in my eyes. That was probably I think I did maybe 3 or 4 days, but that was probably like the day before the last day that I did. I remember leaving there, and I remember going to the bar because I was like, I need a drink. I was like, I need a drink. Like, I've watched him do these procedures back to back to back, and these young ladies are coming in there, and to me, it's never an excuse to wait that late to get that procedure done. And I am definitely pro-choice because I feel like it's your body, your choice. But I also feel like if you're going to do that, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting until you're 20 weeks? So that's just my opinion. Don't chew me up, y'all. I'm sorry. But I left there that day and I went to the bar and I had one of my girlfriends meet me there, and we sat down at the bar, and she said that when she walked in, she said she looked at me and she could tell like I was just like out of it. And so she sits down and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm telling her what happened and everything. And I had ordered me some Thai chili wings, and I ordered a drink. Needless to say, when my food came, I couldn't eat it because all I saw was a baby leg when I looked at it. I took the chicken home and gave it to the kids. It was sad. It was just really sad, and it was hard to deal with. And it's something that I don't ever want to experience again. I remember having one young lady come in, and she smelled so bad. She smelled so bad to the point that we were warned before she came into the operating room that she smelled bad. I don't know. It just was an odor, and it was really bad. It just was like you haven't washed in days, like just foul smelling. And I don't know if she needed, something was going on internally and she maybe needed an antibiotic or what, but it wasn't given that it was just given that she just was unclean. And I'm saying to myself, how can you just come in here and know that you haven't bathed in days? Or because I feel like I said, you smell yourself before anybody else does. How can you just come in here and smell like that and lay on the table and spread your legs open to terminate a pregnancy and you smell like that? One young lady came and she was dealing with an older guy. She came with her mom, and the mom didn't know how old the guy was because the little girl was probably like 18 and the guy was in his 30s. And when I said to her, I said, where's he at? And she said, I don't know. And I said to her, I said, look where you are and look where he is. He's out there living his life, and you laying on this table having to get this procedure done. And I had a serious talk with her, so serious that one of the texts told me, like, she was like, oh my God, you need to be a counselor. And I'm like, no, I'm just telling her the real. Like, this is the real. Like, you spreading your legs open for this man, and he can't even be here with you when you going through what you're going through. It was just a hard time for me. So my girlfriend recently asked me to come back, and I was like, I'll think about it. And I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. It was bad. I mean, I had a young lady come in, and she had an attitude with the world, and I'm just looking like, well, what are you mad at us for? We're here to help you. Like the girls that were coming from Atlanta, the one thing I'll say is the abortion society definitely will provide transportation and hotels and all this stuff that I never knew that they did stuff like this. But for these young ladies to handle their business, I'll say. I do know the clinic I was at, they gave gift cards and stuff, like if you needed food or if you needed like little personal items and stuff like that. But to me, that was trauma. It was trauma to me, and it's something that I don't look forward to doing again. I will say this. I'll try anything once, especially when it comes to my career, just to see what I like. But I knew that was going to be very difficult and very hard for me. I knew it was. Oh, God, I'm getting... Yeah, well, I knew it was going to be very hard for me, but I experienced it. I don't think I ever want to experience it again. And I'm always on the fence because I'm always down to help a friend out. And she knows that. Like, that's my sweetie. But, yeah, that was tough. So I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. Nursing is not an easy job. You got to deal with a lot of stuff, not just the patients and their emotions and attitudes and the families and their emotions and attitudes, but you got to be able to maintain your own emotions. And you got to know what's for you and what's not for you, and what you can handle and what you can't handle, because I'm telling you, in this field, you see any and everything. You see any and everything, and you have to be prepared for it. And if you're not prepared, trust me, if you go through it, you will be prepared for it the next time. That is for sure. You will definitely be prepared for it the next time. But yeah, so that was one of the horror stories, I guess I'll say, that I've dealt with in nursing. Don't get it twisted though. I love what I do. I love what I do. But I love the fact also that I get to pick and choose what I do. What specialty that I'm going to be in. I get to do that. So it's always my pleasure talking to you guys. Please like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you beautiful people later. Bye.